Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. Today I'm going to be doing a BookTube-a-Thon update / Friday Reads / 24 and 48 TBR kind of thing. So if you aren't aware, the BookTube-a-Thon is happening this week. It's a week-long readathon and there are specific challenges, and I picked out books already for these challenges. I will link to my TBR video. And then 24 and 48 is a 48-hour readathon that's happening this weekend. So I basically am just like combining the two since I would have been reading anyways. And for that readathon, you are going to try to read for 24 out of the 48 hours of the weekend. I never read for the full 24 hours. I actually think that very few people do who do this readathon. My goal is always to try for like 12, and anything more than 12 is just great. But I don't even know if I'll hit 12 this weekend, but I'll get to that in a minute. But I will have a link down below to the website if you are interested in signing up for it. They do giveaways and prizes and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I decided to sign up for it, so consider this kind of like a TBR. But first I'm going to go through the books that I've read so far this week and what challenges they fulfill. I'm not going to talk too much about the books themselves. I'm going to wait to do that in my wrap-up on Monday. So the first book I finished this week was The House on Mango Street by Sandra Cisneros. I really enjoyed this book. This book completes the read a book that's older than you challenge. I almost forgot for a second. This book was published in 1984. I was born in 1986, so just barely passes the mark. But I'm very, very happy that I read this book. I didn't have to read it in high school like a lot of my friends did, especially growing up in the city of Chicago. So I'm very glad that I've read this one because it's pretty fantastic. The next book that I finished was The Archived by Victoria Schwab. I had this as an ebook, and so I read this basically almost in an entire day while I was at work. I think it was actually over the course of like 2 work days. My workload has been so light this week. It's almost as if they knew that I was going to be doing a readathon this week, and so they just gave me nothing to do. I mean, I have a little bit of work to do, but I have significantly more free time during my workday this week than I have in like years. So I've been getting a lot of reading done while at work. So I finished The Archive off really quickly. That book was like okay to me. I think it was like a 2.5-star book for me. But again, more in my wrap up. That book fulfilled the read a book that you heard about through BookTube challenge for me. The other book that I finished was Another Brooklyn by Jacqueline Woodson. That is a book that I didn't have on my TBR. I am going to be making some adjustments to my TBR just because of my mood and the way things are working out. One, I wanted to replace the book with yellow on the cover book. Originally I had A Brief History of 7 Killings, and that book is huge and really slow going and dense, and so it wasn't good for a readathon at all. So I decided to just find another book that I had that had yellow in the cover. I got an arc of Another Brooklyn from Edelweiss, and it comes out in August, and so I wanted to read it this month anyway, so I figured that works out pretty well. I'm either going to use that for the yellow cover one or for the favorite author one, depending on the other books that I end up finishing this week, because certain things are kind of in flux. Basically what's been happening is because I have so much free time while I'm at work, it's been a lot easier for me to read ebooks. So I've been trying to adjust my TBR and to find books that fulfill different requirements that I can also get in ebook form, and a lot of this is like me scouring my library's ebook availability and getting some different things. So I'm recording this video on Thursday, and as of right now I am currently in the middle of The Spy Who Came In From the Cold by John le Carre. Somebody needs to tell me how to pronounce this guy's last name. I am about 100 pages from the end. There's about 250 pages in this edition of it. I am not a big fan of this so far. I feel like the plot is just starting to kick in, or just started to kick in around the 100-page mark. If I wasn't reading this for a readathon, and if I wasn't reading this for a specific task that I couldn't fulfill otherwise, which is the read a book to movie adaptation task, I probably would have dropped this book already, because as I'm learning, these spy books are more like psychological, not very plot heavy. There isn't a whole lot that's happening, and so it's been kind of a very slow going book. I'm hoping to finish this tonight though, just so I can get it out of the way and move on to other things, and also so I can watch the movie adaptation. I got the DVD from the library finally, so hopefully I will finish this tonight so I can watch the DVD, I don't know, like tonight or tomorrow or something, sometime soon. So one of the ebooks that I was able to find at the library was an ebook copy of Burn Baby Burn by Medina, and as you can see I own an art copy of this. I was sent this by Candlewick Press, but I haven't read it yet, and so I was kind of excited when I saw that they had an ebook copy of it available, because that meant I could read the book while at work, and it could like count off my physical TBR. So for this one I might do it for the yellow on the cover, even though there's like the tiniest bit of yellow in the fire. I mean, I guess I could technically count this for a favorite author, but I don't know if I would consider Meg Medina a favorite author. I feel like I would consider Jacqueline Woodson more of a favorite author than I would Meg Medina. But yeah, I've started this one already. It's possible that by Friday at the end of the workday I will be done with it because it's a YA book. It's going pretty fast already. So yeah, hopefully before the weekend even starts I'll be done with this one. I've been trying to read The Transmigration of Bodies by Yuri Herrera, but I picked this one as my book to read at night, or book to read after sunset, and it's been hard to read anything after sunset because it comes so late and I'm always so exhausted after work. So I don't know if this is going to happen. I also picked up an ebook copy of One Great Summer, which is a middle grade book. So there's a chance that I'm going to read that for my book to read after sunset book because I know that'll go by a lot faster. It has a much lower like reading comprehension needed, so I could definitely read that one a lot easier than I can this one. This one I feel like I can't get through the pages because I know there's stuff happening and I can't fully comprehend what's happening. So I might switch it up and have that one as my book after dark. Maybe I'll put this one as my favorite author book. We'll see what happens. I am just kind of in flux. So my goal this weekend is to finish reading Burn Baby Burn if I haven't finished it already. Then I will read The Transmigration of Bodies at some point over the weekend. And then I also have One Great Summer that I will probably be reading like Friday night, maybe Saturday. I have plans on both Friday night and Sunday night, and I also have like freelance work and stuff that I have to do this weekend, so I know that I'm not going to be reading for the full weekend. But if I can get through 7 books in 7 days, then I will be super excited. If by some miracle I finish Burn Baby Burn and One Great Summer and The Transmigration of Bodies over the course of like Saturday, I do want to pick up the George Orwell book if possible. At least start it, and then I could always just read it after the readathon's over. For some reason I feel like I have a lot of reading time. Like, I'm recording this on Thursday night, I still have all day Friday with a pretty low workload. I don't have all night Friday night, so maybe I need to like remember that in my brain because my plans for Friday were relatively recently made. So I do have all day Saturday though, and most of the day Sunday, although I do need to like work and get food ready for work and things like that. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm still pretty ambitious about hitting the 7 books in 7 days, but we'll see what happens. My wrap up will be up on Monday, so you guys will see how well I'm doing. If you aren't following me already, you can follow me on like Goodreads and Twitter and Snapchat. I've been updating those the most frequently with my progress. So yeah, that's everything that I have for this video. Feel free to leave a comment down below letting me know how you guys are doing on the readathon this weekend if you are participating in 24 and 48 at all. So yeah, that's all I have for now, and thanks for watching.